Hello everyone, welcome back to Whiz. So I'm back home. I had a fun day at my cousin's place. It is, especially in the situation that we are in now, meeting people, meeting friends, meeting family is very difficult. So I was really glad to grab at this opportunity. Okay, so I'm here with answers for yesterday's questions and five more questions. So let's get right to it. Our first question for yesterday was Vista, call center, rent track, and white label services are some of the services offered by Big Tree Entertainment Private Limited. What first of its kind was set up by this entity in India in the space of entertainment? The answer is a very simple an app that we actually are not able to use now, and that is Book My Show. So Big Tree Entertainment is what came up with the app Book My Show, which we all use every time we want to watch a movie, and they also offer some good coupons and discounts. So that was the answer for the first question. Moving on to our second question. This particular trio came up with this company, and the CEO describes this as a catalog of ideas. Now, I guess there were enough hints in the clue for enough hints in the question for you to be able to crack the answer. The answer is Pinterest. So Pinterest, as known as, it's a catalog of ideas where anyone and everyone can post what they want. Yeah. And now moving on to a third question. I know it was a kind of a long one. So it used to look like a chamber pot, but the customized version changed later. It was initially started at Edgbaston. It was changed quite a lot. And the initial designs were so strong that they could withstand a shotgun blast at 10 yards range. But that really affected the game because it impaired the hearing of the players. So which piece of sporting equipment were we talking about? The answer is very simple. The answer is the cricket helmet. So initially the helmet was made with much heavier and stronger designs, and that is why it has changed over the years to the helmet that we know now. Moving on to our fourth question for yesterday. What was the contribution of a lady named Carmela Vitale to the world of pizzas and cakes? So do you know these tiny triangular tables that you find on pizzas? So she was the one who came up with that concept, making it easier to divide the slices and ensuring that the toppings don't stick to the top of the box. So she's the one who came up with these triangular tables to be placed on cakes and pizzas. Moving on to our last question for yesterday. Identify the movie. He is known as Poor Man Shah Jahan because after his wife died of cancer, he thought of disconstruction. He worked from 1960 to 1982 to lay the path of this 360-foot long and 25-foot deep route. He shortened the distance, which was initially 70 kilometers, to just 1 kilometer, the destination being a hospital. So, the name of this person, I wanted you to connect it to a movie. The movie is Manji the Mountain Man. So his wife needed help. She was diagnosed with cancer. The hospital was 70 kilometers away. They had a lot to travel. So unfortunately, after his wife passed away, he wanted to ensure that nothing similar would happen to anyone else. And that's why he took this up by himself. In the movie, his role was played by none other than Nawazuddin Siddiqui. So some of you all may have watched the movie as well. So those were our five questions for yesterday. Here come the five questions for today. SBI Card, along with the airlines, have joined hands to launch a travel-specific Visa credit card for members and Indian travelers. This is the first international co-brand partnership of SBI Card, which is the country's second largest credit card issuer. I want you to tell me the name of the airlines who they had a tie-up with. And now, moving on to our second question for today. These were referred to as eavesdroppers, wormholes, time machines, and veins of the internet. The use of this was first proposed by Chris Messina in a 2007 tweet that, although initially described by Twitter as a thing for nerds, eventually led to their spreading like wildfire throughout the online platform. What term are we talking about? Moving on to our third question for today. It was only after the centennial of this author's birth this novel got its reputation as a great American novel in the 20th century. The main character of this novel is a proaquatic mammal constituting the infraorder Cetacea. and the book's ending is based on the sinking of the whale ship Essex in 1820. Please tell me the name of this book. Moving on to our fourth question for today. Archibald Campbell, a civil surgeon of the Indian Medical Service, was transferred as superintendent of this place in 1839 from Kathmandu, Nepal. In 1841, he brought seeds of chamomile sinensis from Kumaon and began to experiment with this plantation. What did he start? Or how do we know what he started as today? Moving on to our last question for today, which should be a rather easier one. This virtual assistant has a prime prize named after it, which is worth 2.5 million, and teams and their universities can win cash and research grants. The 2017 inaugural competition focused on the challenge of building a social bot. The University of Washington student team was awarded first place for the 2017 prize. Name it. I want you to tell me the name of this particular virtual assistant. So these were our 5 questions for today. Thank you for logging in. Please do not forget to leave your answers in the comments below. I will be back tomorrow with 5 more answers and 5 more questions. Thank you. It's been great doing this. I'm always open for collaborations or any other hosting related events. So please feel free to reach out to me. You can just drop me a mail or just write it in the comments below. And till then, please stay safe, take care, and good night.